Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 11, episode 1. So we are back. We are in Beverly Hills, and this episode was decent. It was the first episode, so they have to slowly get into everything. But before we get into the show, I wanted to see, did anybody hear about the new show on BET called The Encore? It is a new series that is going to be produced by Candy's husband, Todd, and Carlos King. Now, Carlos King is a reality producer genius. He originally started working on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then I guess they may have had some creative differences, allegedly, and he left Bravo, and now he's the guy behind Love and Marriage Huntsville, which makes him some sort of reality production king or something. However, there was a post on Candy's Instagram that said, years ago, Todd and Carlos created a show about women who wanted to make a comeback in the music industry, coming together to make a super group and reminding the world of how dope they are. Unfortunately, the powers that be didn't see that vision, but after a clip from their presentation tape went viral, I guess the right people took notice. So Candy says, make sure y'all tune in to BET on June 9th to see the encore. Congratulations to all the ladies and Carlos King and Todd. I can't wait to see the show. Now, let me tell you something, honey. Let me tell you. I will be watching. Now, I do not know if I'm going to cover it on this channel, but I do know that the TV will be on June 9th here at the house. Honey, listen. They have some really older girl group members who are in the house. They're supposed to get together and form, it's like 9 or 10 of them, and they're supposed to get together as a group and record a whole album. No ma'am, there is no way that you are getting 9 to 10 grown women who all think they should be the lead singer in a house together and they do not flip the hell out. Okay, this is about to be interesting to watch. I may cover it on the show. I do know that Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane is going to be in there. Now listen, Aubrey is real cute. She really is. But this girl is Queen Shade, okay? She is not just cute. She's really intelligent, and she will read you for filth really quick. She's quick on her feet, let me tell you, and I cannot wait. I'm so ready for this show. Anyway, moving on. I also noticed on Instagram that Teresa from Jersey has just celebrated her birthday, and she posted a beautiful picture of her and her daughters. They are so gorgeous. They have grown up to be such beautiful, smart, lovely young ladies. Teresa has done a great job with these kids, and her post says, daughters are who you laugh with, dream with, and love with all of your heart. They're just cute. I'm so happy for Teresa. Teresa is in a really good place right now. She is in love. She's got her girls. She's on TV. She's doing all other kinds of deals. She's into real estate now. Teresa's out here living her best life, and I'm happy for her. Also, I noticed in the show tonight that they were showing all of Erika's goods. Did you notice that? They showed the house, the cars, her, big, ginormous second closet, then her really good, organized, nice closet. I mean, they were rubbing it in. I said, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Then on top of all of that, all the rest of the ladies were on Watch What Happens Live right after the show went off. Well, after The Real Housewives of Jersey went off. Everybody except for Erika. And Andy Cohen said, for those of you who are wondering why Erika is not here, she's not doing press at the moment. I said, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Let me just say this. If I was Erika, honey, I would have showed up. I would have been virtually at Watch What Happens Live with the rest of the girls. I mean, listen, if they ask you a question, you have to say what they always say. I can't discuss that. Due to the case still being open, I can't discuss it. Why not? Everybody else does it. So I did notice after the show, I went out to Instagram and there was a post and someone said, this season on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the crucifixion of Erika Jayne. And she reposted on her Instagram and said, scapegoat. Now listen, Erika, I don't know if you're the scapegoat or not. I really don't. But the thing is if you end up on the news and your husband is allegedly guilty of stealing these flight victims and explosion victims' money, and then supposedly, allegedly, you might know something about it, or you might be a part of it, or you are sitting here living this luxurious life on the backs of these victims, you are not a scapegoat, honey. You are an accomplice. I'm just saying, allegedly. I don't know if this woman knew about any of this, but I do know that according to court documents, allegedly, they are taking all of her worldly goods, all of her good possessions, and she is trying to fight it to hold on to all them good heels and dresses and everything. Girl, listen, if any of that money really truly should have gone to those victims, I would let them have all that stuff. Take every dime. Honey, you can learn to live off your Real Housewives of Beverly Hills check. I'm sorry, get out there and do some more dancing and singing. I mean, give those people their money. All right, now, so on to the show. So the episode starts out and it seems that Kyle has broken her nose and she ended up going in to having it fixed and decided to get the full-blown nose job. And when they showed the side to side, I wasn't mad at it. Her new nose is quite beautiful. I've always thought that Kyle was a beautiful person. She's absolutely gorgeous. Do I always appreciate her behavior? Absolutely not. But that's one thing is for sure. The woman is gorgeous. She really is. Dorit has gotten herself a new car. It's called a McLaren. I can tell you right now that I've never seen a McLaren. And I can tell you right now that I can't afford a McLaren. And it just looks too busy and too racy and too dangerous. So I wouldn't want it anyway. But she was out driving around in her car and Erika was with her and they were just having a good time as they headed over to Kyle's house. Rinna shows up to Kyle's house first and Kyle has a bit of an attitude because Garcelle unfollowed her on Instagram. And I said, you know what? Garcelle unfollowed her right after they filmed the reunion. The very next day, she unfollowed Kyle. And I don't know why she was shocked or upset by that. You accused that woman of bidding at your auction and not paying you purposely. I don't think so, ma'am. I would have unfollowed you as well. So now it seems that they're filming again. All of a sudden, her and Lisa Rinna want to get back in good with Garcelle. I said, wait a minute now. 3 or 4 months have passed and neither one of you have reached out, wanted to talk to her. But now that we're filming, oh my gosh, I got to get somebody to film with. I need to make up with this woman. That's what it sounds like to me. That's just my opinion. Then you see Garcelle hanging out with Sutton and her friend Cherie, who is Will Smith's ex-wife. Listen, it turns out that Garcelle and Sutton have been spending time together. Garcelle says that she really likes Sutton. She says she's a little kooky and everything, but she really likes her. Sutton somehow is upset because she's not getting any responses from her text messages to Denise. And my thing is this, listen, honey, if Denise never texts anybody back, it's okay. She went through utter hell with these girls last season, and I understand her not wanting to communicate with them. Garcelle says that she talks to Denise quite often. And you know what? Garcelle was there for Denise when she was going through all of this mess. So I understand her and Garcelle still having their friendship. When Dorit and Erika show up at Kyle's house, one of them makes the comment that the girls have gotten back together. I said, shoot, you left out the mean part. The mean girls have gotten back together. Even though sometimes I don't think Dorit is as mean as Erika, Kyle, and Lisa, especially last season. We also hear that Sutton is renting Kyle's old house in Bel Air. It turns out that Sutton has sold her house for $7-point-something million and purchased a new $5-point-something million home. However, her new home needs quite a bit of renovation. So she has rented Kyle's place in the meantime. Now, Kyle says that she normally rents her place out for $25,000 a month. You heard me right, $25,000 a month. But because she's such a good friend with Sutton, she's giving her the family discount. So she's renting it for $20,000 a month. I said, oh, hell no. No way in this world could I ever imagine $20,000 for rent? No, ma'am. Now listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I went out and played the Mega Millions because I want to win that $515 million. And even if I won, I would never pay rent anywhere for $20,000. It's just not gonna happen. So Garcelle goes out and has dinner with Lisa Rinna, and she says that she was a little bit nervous about meeting up with Lisa because she was really upset. And she didn't understand if Lisa would actually realize what she's done to piss her off the way she has. So before she goes in, she gives a little prayer, a little sign of the cross, you know, before she heads in for dinner.
My intention is to never hurt you.
Why couldn't you just be there for her?
Garcelle, I wish I could. I couldn't.
Like, why do we have to check each other on being honest or not? The way you were with Denise, how can I trust that you won't turn around and do that to me?
Listen, I absolutely agree. She came off the top apologizing real quick, real fast. You're not going to gloss over this apology to me. You know, be sincere with it. Explain to everybody, why did you do Denise so dirty? What was behind all of that? And I mean, the whole time she was trying to rush through this presentation, it was almost as if she had sat at home and came up with the bullet points. Her and Harry Hamlin sat around thinking, now don't forget to hit on this topic. You were confused. You didn't know. You wish you had been a better person. You know, she was hitting all the bullet points, and the whole time Garcelle was giving her the eye as if she was her mama, reading her on the inside, saying, girl, you know you lying, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you tell it. The funny thing is, Lisa did a really good job tap dancing. I almost saw Gregory Hines. I mean, she tap danced around that situation, and Garcelle said, okay, but we're gonna take baby steps with this. I would never trust her. Now, I would film with her. She is a co-worker. I would have casual conversations with her, but she would never get any of my personal business. I would never trust her with anything. If I had to go to the restroom to blow my nose, I wouldn't tell her. No ma'am. Oh, she don't need to know my business. I'm just saying, I wouldn't trust her at all. Then they take us to Erika and her overflow closet. I said, wow, that is so crazy. There are some people that have nothing, and this woman has a ginormous overflow closet. That closet looks like, let me see, maybe 6 of my closets. I mean, really? Honey, I wouldn't even want all that. And then she's got that other really good fancy closet that looks like a store. Those are so pretty, aren't they? I just don't think that I would want it just because it looks so fancy. I would feel terrible if I messed it up or got the shoes out of color coordination or something. That's just too much. It's pressure, you know? I don't like all that pressure to coordinate, you know, to match things. I mean, still to this very day, I called my mama and I said, Mom, you know, does orange and red go? You know what I mean? I don't know what goes. I just know that black goes with everything. Am I giving too much? So Dorit stops by Garcelle's house, and Garcelle wants to introduce her to the fish.
Can I introduce you?
Please introduce me.
The black and white one is Dorit because look at her. Fabulous style.
So fashionable.
Right? The regular goldfish is Kyle. Why is Kyle a goldfish? It's ordinary.
Okay. I absolutely love it. That was shady, but I loved it. And that fish that named Dorit was cute. I mean, that was a snazzy fish. That was a jazzy fish. I like that fish. And then it was just the ordinary goldfish. Oh, Kyle. So Garcelle lets Dorit know that she went out to dinner with Lisa and that she really does appreciate that Lisa apologized to her. However, she absolutely does not trust her. She really does not appreciate how Lisa treated Denise. She just found that as awful. And I agree. I really do. You know, Dorit explains to her that her and Lisa have had their ups and downs, and it's taken them a while to get back to a good place, but that they're really in a good place. And then Garcelle asked her a very valid question.
Trust her now?
I do. Am I
Why'd you
naive?
hesitate?
Dorit is absolutely lying. Dorit does not trust Lisa Rinna, and if she did, she would be a fool. None of these girls, after seeing how she has acted, should ever trust her. Are you kidding me? She will be your friend 1 second, loving you to death, and then the next second she will stab you in the back and in the front. The woman does not care. So we get introduced to the new housewife, Crystal, and I'm telling you right now, shade princess, okay? I think I'm gonna like her. Kyle and Lisa go over to the new housewife's house, and they say that her and Kathy Hilton, who is Kyle's sister, are friends. But I don't think that they're friends like that, because when they were in the car on the way to Dorit's non-barbecue, it was as if they were learning things about each other. So I don't think they're friends like that. They may be acquainted. Anyway, they go over to Crystal's house to drop off some toys for the drive at the children's hospital. Crystal is tall and beautiful. She is 5'10". I really wish I was 5'10". I'm not lying. I am 5'8". If I was 5'10", I'd have less weight to lose. I'm just saying. I might not even lose any weight. If I was 5'10", I would say, who cares? Leave me alone, I'm 5'10". Anyway, let me go on about my business. Crystal is really a beautiful girl. Then it turns out, we find out that her husband is the director of The Lion King. Yes, that Lion King. I almost sung the song, but I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm really not, peeps. I don't want to do this to you. Anyway, her husband is the director of The Lion King. That is so exciting to me.
People don't normally name drop themselves, but he's iconic, honey. It's the Lion King. Hello.
I don't think it was that exciting to Lisa Rinna. But anyway, shoot, if my husband was the director of The Lion King, I would give it about 5 minutes before I told you. Oh, yes, honey, look, Henry. Yes, he's the director of The Lion King. I'm just saying, I don't even know what her husband's name is. I just made that Henry thing up. Listen here, she takes her birth serious, doesn't she? She planned and ate the food to have the little boy. Then she held her daughter in until 8 was in the number. And girl, she doing a lot. No, ma'am, I just kind of had the sex and then had the child. And whatever time he got here, you know. I think it was about 3:41 in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, he was 7 pounds and 2 ounces. I remember that. And 21 inches long. I remember that. Give me some credit, peeps. Anyway, is anybody else watching Erika differently this season? As she was getting ready to go over to the Not Barbecue, you know, the glam team, the beautiful jewels that they pulled out, the necklace and the earrings, all those shoes and clothes. I just said, wow. You know, before I used to watch her and Dorit and all the girls get dressed up, and I thought, wow, this is really nice. I would love to experience something like this, you know, just one day in my life, being pampered and getting my makeup and hair done and my nails, and then putting on fancy shoes that I can't walk in unless it's a little wedge or a tiny pump, you know, stuff like that. But now that I know about these alleged victims, it doesn't sit that well. I mean, it kind of hurts watching it. Dorit got all dressed up in a red, beautiful dress. She was wearing a red dress, okay? And Jagger and Phoenix, they had a few comments.
A bug angel. You don't think I look that good? What? What is wrong with my outfit, Jackie? Mommy wanted to get dressed up tonight.
It's a robe.
It's a robe?
I can see your boobies.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So why did you wear that?
Wow!
Well, honey, listen, you gotta love the kids. They're so cute. And, you know, kids don't know. They'll just tell you what they're really thinking. And her daughter wanted to know, why is those boobies out? I'm just saying, put them up, Mom. So on the way to the Not Barbecue, Kathy and Crystal were talking in the car, like I said, as if they were getting to know each other. And they were talking about how excited they were about this barbecue. You know, they wanted to eat some barbecue. They were both hungry. Listen, I feel them. And you know what? I understand it. I love a good barbecue. Anyway, they show up to the party. Everybody is there. The girls are all looking beautiful.
This group dresses very loudly. This is so cute.
Thank you.
I think I tend to dress more conservatively because sometimes I look at my older friends dressing way too young and I kind of cringe.
See, Crystal is bringing the shade, okay? She stepped on the scene, already starting stuff. I like her. When Garcelle shows up, Kathy runs over to her and hugs her and says, I thought you were Kyle.
So what exactly do you see? The hair and the pink and the mouth.
Your eyes are really bad, aren't they?
Yeah.
But you have contacts?
No, I'm afraid to put them in.
Honey, Dorit says she had to get to the bottom of this. She said, you got eye problems? Do you wear contacts? What's happening? And you know what? Clearly there's some sort of issue and she is afraid to wear contacts. Listen, lady, you are Kathy Hilton. You can afford the LASIK.
Yeah, that's right. It's common to know people in Beverly Hills through other people, but if you don't know someone, they might not be worth knowing.
Do you know Dorit?
No.
Listen, Crystal, honey, you are coming in hot. You're coming in hot. When they get to that food, let me just say this. People, I don't know if it's different when you're super rich or not, but pigs in a blanket, that's not barbecue. You know, Erika makes the comment that none of these ladies know how to throw a barbecue, and they don't. They showed the montage of the barbecues, and it's never barbecue. You know, am I wrong, peeps? Get down in the comments. You know, when I go to a barbecue, or if I have a barbecue, we have barbecue chicken, we have barbecue ribs, we have briskets, we have hot dogs, we have brats, we have hamburgers, we have potato salad, we have coleslaw, we have all kinds of stuff, but it's barbecue. I have never gone to a barbecue where we had pigs in a blanket or enchiladas. Never. I'm just saying. Lisa lets everyone know that she has rented a house in Lake Tahoe and she has invited all the ladies to come. So all the ladies are super excited to go. They showed the previews for next week and I can just tell you this Lake Tahoe home is everything. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm willing to bet that Lisa Rinna or the production team spent over $25,000 to rent that place. That place is gorgeous. Lisa's talking to Dorit and she believes that everything is all good with her and Garcelle. And Garcelle is talking to Sutton and she tells Sutton, no, everything is not okay. You can't just apologize to me and think that I'm going to forget everything that went down a few months ago. Absolutely not. I do not trust you. And I am not going to just act like everything is good. We can be cordial and we will take it baby steps, but that's about it. So then Sutton, of course, tries to give her a little advice.
I think she thinks y'all are good.
Well, then,
And if you're
her bad.
if there's dishonesty in how you feel, I would go back and revisit the conversation.
Personally, I think that Sutton should back away from this. Back away from this, lady. You are a delicate rose and you do not do well in verbal combat. Just back off and be nice to everybody, lady, because if you get involved in this, what Lisa did to Denise will look like child's play when she finishes with you. Just back off, Sutton. I love you, girl. I don't want you to get hurt. You and your delicate clothes and everything, I would hate for you to get hurt. Then they go around and talk about what they liked and what they didn't like going through the pandemic. And Erika says that throughout COVID, she was really down and it got to the point where she had to start seeing a psychiatrist and taking Lexapro. And I said, wow, you know, I feel bad for her, but I understand it. I really do. Throughout quarantine, things switched up for me. You know, I'm going to tell you, to being stuck in the house and gaining 35 pounds over this pandemic. And at some point, I actually started seeing a therapist virtually. I didn't start taking any medication, but I started seeing someone because I was extremely depressed. And so I get it. And I really do feel for her. And I guess in the midst of all of this, right in the middle of filming is when all these lawsuits and everything breaks loose for her. So I'm hoping that she continues with her therapy and her Lexapro, because let me tell you, if I had all that going on, I would definitely need it. And, you know, I hope that all of this is not true about her and her husband and their involvement, but things are not looking good for them. Anyway, you guys, I know this post is a little bit late and I appreciate all of you so much for sticking with me. I am going to work on the Real Housewives of Jersey reunion. That reunion was real good. I love Jennifer and Ready to Love. Sometime this weekend, I will get those posted. And until next time, bye.